Hi, moms. I'm so glad to be here sharing with you. I'm going to talk about how to stay connected during the teen years. And it is not always as easy as it sounds, but it's really a pivotal time. And so, my hope is that when you walk away from this talk today, you gain some tools and insights to be able to communicate, support, and talk to your teen in a different way that allows them to feel their inner authority and stay connected to you throughout these pivotal years. So, before I get into that, I wanted to share with you about myself. My name is Tara McCullum. I am a divorced mom of two teen boys. One is 15, the other is 18. My 18-year-old graduated high school in 3 years and is off in the University of Utah. So far, far, far away from Illinois. It's actually 1,234 miles from me. Thank you, Find My. That's the way I stay connected sometimes, is just look at his location and feel a little bit closer. So I am also an artist. So I have lots of art behind me, but my main job is to be a family connection coach and also to train future coaches in my Academy of Being to support people in their relationship with themselves first, and then creating healthy relationships outside of that. So I do one-to-one groups, and then also the Academy of Being, where I train them as coaches. So let's jump in. How do you know if this is for you? First of all, it might be because you have a teen, but even if you have a little or a mid, a lot of the things that I'm going to share with you today, you can use, but they may not be essential yet. Once you have a teen, these tips and tools and insights are essential. So if you have a teen, you might be feeling like some of my clients, the parents of the teens, but my parent clients, that your ray of sunshine isn't there anymore. So your child used to be a ray of sunshine. They used to love to be next to you. They used to love physical touch. They may have loved your advice. They might have been motivated and excited about life, but now you're finding that instead of the sunshine, they tend to be having a dark cloud following them. They tend to be moodier than normal. They tend to not communicate in words or not want to talk to you at all. They may not want you to be in their proximity, let alone touching them. Like, touching is definitely a no-no, and being close to them is even a no. And so you're really looking possibly for your teen to move back to that place of connection, to happiness, and to the place where they feel confident in their life. So do you feel like this is also affecting your state of mind and your health? Maybe your sleep is being disturbed by the fact that you're going to bed and you are feeling depressed and worried, and you're constantly thinking about everybody else and what they're up to, and you're thinking about your teen and worrying and trying to figure out all their problems and find the answers for them. Maybe your health is being affected because you're more tense, you're getting more headaches. Maybe your stomach is affected and you're getting intolerant to other foods. Maybe your relationships, even outside of this teen, are being affected. Maybe your relationships with the other siblings or your relationship with your spouse is tense because of the mood of your teen in the house. All these things can be affected by where your teen is at and the connection that you have. And so I want to get into some different things that you can do, two main ones, that can help to effectively support them and help to create some results. So I'm going to tell you what the two tools are, and then I really want to get into the results before I even describe the tools. Okay, so the two tools today are how to listen effectively right? So listen effectively, and then how to get on the same side as them effectively. So instead of that me versus them feeling that you have probably upon waking, it's moving into that place of we're on the same side. Like I've got your back, you've got my back, and it's both ways. And some of the results that will be created when you know how to do these two things effectively are they will become self-aware. They'll become more self-confident. They'll have a greater trust in themselves. They will create healthier relationships. They will sleep better. They will feel better in their bodies, and they'll speak more confidently, and then they'll have a greater clarity of the direction for their future. These are all really important things for us to do. And so when we go into listening effectively, I want to say to you that when you listen effectively, you help them to hear their inner authority, right? And so I'm going to tell you why that's important for them to know their inner authority and to hear their voice above everyone else's. But the way that you do this is you stop advising, you stop telling, you stop talking, and challenging even them more often. Like you stop doing that as much, right? So you stop. So we're going to talk about the stop, start, and continue of listening. So first, we're going to stop advising. We're going to stop challenging. We're going to stop talking as much. I still want you to talk, right? You still want to talk. Then we're going to start listening. But listening is coming with a really, really specific goal, right? So the goal for listening is to create a safe space for them to hear themselves. So I'm going to say that again. Listening is creating a safe space for them to hear themselves. The reason why we want to do this is because so many of us have gotten into adulthood where we heard everyone else's needs, even when they didn't speak them, above our own, and we learned to be really effective people pleasers, which means that we also learned to numb or quiet the internal guidance of our own voice, our own authority, our own needs. And then we need to heal, or we need to find a new path. Like we need to abandon the one that we did for everyone else, and we need to find our own. And so wouldn't it be so nice to be able to provide for our kids, and especially our teens, the space where they can hear themselves, and in hearing themselves, find and experiment and play with what will work for them and what won't. And to put their greatest trust in their own voice. Go, okay, so that's the start part. And when we start doing that for our teens, like really just listening and possibly only giving grunty sounds like uh-huh, yeah, or whatever, in order to like keep them going, what we're doing even more than that is we're giving them a foundation so they don't put their authority in the next person who may not have their back the same way you do. So you're like, my advice, like, I know them so well. I've carried them for 9, 10 months and then been with them their entire life. I know them even better than they know themselves. Gosh, we really want our teens to go into adulthood knowing themselves even better than we do as parents and even better than everybody else does. That's a game changer for people. The people who can do that, which are going to be your teens, are going to be able to walk through life really feeling a sense of clarity, a sense of self-confidence, a self-awareness, and also they're going to value what they bring to the table more and what they don't bring to the table. And then they're going to bring other people into their lives that fill in some of those gaps, but they're also going to value those other people to a greater degree because they're not looking to them for validation. They're looking for them to be on the same side, to be part of a team that creates that they each have each other's backs. Okay, so I'm just going to say some of that again. We're going to start listening with the goal to create a safe place for them to hear themselves. Okay. And one of the most popular places that teens like to be listened to is, or the popular times is after you stop functioning well. What I mean by that is after that 10 or 11 o'clock time where your mouth doesn't work, your brain's shutting off and all you want to do is sleep or, do things that don't matter, right? They come into your room or they sit next to you and they just start talking. This is created by design. Our energetics are like, they're going to be quiet. They're just going to listen to me. Our teen is really looking to be supported by us not being able to advise, challenge, or even approve, right? Encourage certain decisions. They need to be able to think through. And in that space, while we're listening, allow there to be pauses without you either walking away or stopping the conversation. And what I mean by that is there could be a really long pause. It could be 5 minutes. And you might be like, okay, well, thanks for coming in. I'm going to go to sleep now. If they're staying, let them stay, because the next level of conversation, and I say conversation lightly because it's them talking, you listening, will be even deeper. And so if you allow it to happen, you're going to give them a safe space to hear themselves even deeper. And it might sound like you're not hearing things that really matter that much. I promise you, they matter to them and they need to hear themselves. And in hearing themselves, they will find their inner authority. They will find their inner wisdom, and they will move forward with greater confidence, clarity, and awareness. Now, stop, start, and continue has a continue. So continue to look at them with the wonderment that you did when you brought them home from the hospital or you brought them out of the birthing pool. I don't know. I didn't have a home birth. But look at them in the same way as you did at that stage. Like when they cried, when they made those funny faces, when they were pooping, peeing, smiling, giggling, you just thought like they were the greatest thing since sliced bread, right? So look at them with your eyes more than even with your mouth. Like you don't need to always say how amazing they are. Look at them. Check your eyes. Check your eyes and see what's coming out of them. Are your eyes showing concern? Are your eyes showing judgment? Are your eyes showing wonderment, curiosity? Allow yourself to be curious about how your child is turning into a young adult through the teen years, pushing you away in order to give themselves space to know who they are, what they have to offer, and how they want to move out into the world. Okay. So there were 2 things that we're going to start, and continue. The next one is getting on the same side as your teen. And the easiest way to do this is we're going to stop something. So we're going to stop trying to have every conversation where we're face to face and eye to eye. So eye contact is not required in the teen years. So we just talked about eyes, and they don't need to see your eyes. Your eyes, what your eyes are doing is what your energy is exploding. So if your eyes are being curious, your energy is exploding curiosity into your home. If your eyes are concerned, you're going to explode concern into your home. That's a different thing. That's part of listening. This is, you don't need to be eye to eye or face to face when talking to your kid. In actuality, the greatest thing that you can do is sit alongside. So you want to get on the same side as your teen. So what I mean by that is have more conversations in the car where you're side by side, and allow yourself to keep your face forward, allow them to drive or them to be the passenger, and you just talk and let it put out into the universe, right? Or sit side by side at the table. or sit side by side on the bed. If they're like coming in and laying in there and chatting with you, side by side allows them not to watch your body language as much, you to watch theirs. It just allows the freedom and safety of expression. So side by side. Continue to put things aside when they come to you. Continue to put time aside when they come to you. This is really important. You have these pivotal years where you get to set a foundation, where you are cultivating the space around them that will allow them to hear their own inner authority before they leave your home. Put things aside. This is probably, gosh, in my mind, this is some of the deepest work that you're going to do as a parent is during these teen years. And it's sometimes thankless work, but I promise you that as you do this and you do it consistently and you keep checking yourself and moving into that place of stopping the advice, listening and creating a safe place, continuing to be in wonderment, and then continuing to get on the same side as them and create space, you are going to see the results because you're going to see them have their own inner authority. You're going to see them make mistakes. You're going to see them course correct because those mistakes are going to have natural consequences instead of you saying, oh, don't do that because this is what's going to happen. And you're going to see them become more confident and authoritative in their own inner wisdom, that inner genius, using the Mama Genius word. So I think it's worth it to listen more effectively and get on the same side as them. And I want to show you an effective tool that I call the Partner Muse. That is an energetic thing that you can prepare your energy to be next to them. And what I mean by that is it's an energetic modality. You do it by yourself. So like your teen could be coming home at like 2:30 or something. And before they come home, you close your eyes, you find a place to put your hands on your body, and you just imagine them sitting next to you. And while you're imagining them sitting next to you, you're just melding with their energy. You're not asking it to be any different. You're not challenging it. You're just being with them and telling them that you trust them and that you're a safe place for them to grow with you. And so I'm just going to do it for like 20 seconds. So you just close your eyes, breathe. And I even put my hand out sometimes as if they're energetically holding it. And then just take one more deep breath and open your eyes. And that can prepare your system to be that so that you more naturally be it instead of trying so hard. So if you need any support with your teen, I do work directly with teens and young adults, so up until the age of 26. And then I work with a lot of parents in their own relationship to help everyone to be more self-aware, to trust themselves, to walk away with greater self-confidence, and to create deeper and more meaningful and mutually beneficial relationships. So if you would like to connect in that way, I do free connection calls or complimentary connection calls. I'll put the link below. And then I'm also going to put a link for a PDF for the different tips and tools and insights that I gave so that you can have those. I'm a visual learner, so it's always nice for me to have something where I can look